Ada.
Okay,
There you go.
alright, what's up? This is Arif with One and also Fiaz. We are trying this new thing called ROTCAST. It's just a podcast. It's just that we don't have much time to hang out and chill because due to work commitments and other bullshit like that. So I guess this is the right time to hang out and chill and talk about talk about stuff, but mostly maybe music related. I mean, music scene, not really locally or some locals and some globally lah. So it will be interesting for both regions, you see. So yeah lah, just lepak and chill only lah.
Hello.
Hello.
Jam.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Alright.
Okay, so just now, Fiaz, you were talking. You cannot vocal already.
No, it's not that. It's my inhaling style of vocal die already. I cannot already. So now I have to constantly practice every day, do exhale vocals. And it's not easy. It's like basically back to square one already.
Yeah, I understand because inhaling is really tiring. Frankly speaking, I've never tried inhaling before because back then when time flash this gorge, right, is basically the inhaling is Salim's part. So the exhaling was my part, but that point of time it was just pig squealing and all that, right? So doing it exhaling is such a bitch.
Yeah,
I think inhaling is more tiring, right?
It's damn tiring. The thing is, because last time when like for Asylum and all that, when we play shows and all that, because it's like one off show, then that's it. So your inhaling you can maintain. No? But I came to a realization when we toured Europe last year. So like I was saying, like we played Deafy's open air. Then the second and third night it got really cold. That it actually affected our breathing. Not only me, like LV, Nizam, all. Then the next day when we played, the next show after that when we played in Belgium, wow, after that I cannot, I literally cannot do inhale. Then I told Nizam, I said, hey, this part all you cover for me first. So then it took at least about 3 or 4 days for me to like fully recover, then I can do it again, that kind of thing, So that's why when I came back, I was thinking about it. I like, I think inhaling is really taking a toll on me. I say I need to change it up a bit.
Yeah, because I understand because it's the inhaling. Sorry, everyone. We are talking about.
Yeah.
Later. I want to ask you about your past bands.
You guys keep on talking because actually I'm developing some questions. So I would like to ask you all. So, yeah, this one is important because this one relates to health. So your talk. So it's important.
Okay. Observer.
Yeah.
As I was saying, when you are touring, right, it really affects, especially when weather is concerned. When you tour Europe or US, I mean the climate is totally culture shock. So that's why.
Some of the thing is unpredictable, though. Like even the Deafy 3 day, first day night still okay, I think it was only about 15, 16 degrees. Then next day all of a sudden drop until 9, 10 degrees. Then I'm like, like the weather forecast that we looked at totally didn't make any sense. We were like, wow, now rabak.
Yeah, but it will take some time. But it's you are lucky enough to have another vocalist to help you out.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are stuck alone, then your vocal will be raspy, and then after each and every show, right, people will approach you. Are you okay?
Yeah. Happened to you before?
Happened, and then are you okay? Are you unwell because you sound like shit on stage? Then like, foo, wow, thanks.
You are
So
honest.
direct gila. And after that, like I'm trying to adjust myself to the situation going on now with your fucking weather, So that's why cannot be an excuse lah. So if it happens, it happens. But the show must go on, ma.
Yeah, the show must go on.
Stop. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So one.
The thing that I wanted to ask is actually because like inhaling as a technique, right? Like I mean, I ever like cheekily like try for fun but
Cheekily.
yeah, like because I don't know the
Cute.
because I don't know what's the obvious the proper way to do lah, if there is but it does it like give you a bit of pain in your chest or anything if you don't do it correctly?
Yeah, it does actually.
It does
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, I mean for inhaling exhaling I don't think so because the thing is, you think about it when you inhale, right, you are storing the air in your chest area, you know. So when like normal breathing is in out. This one is like you go in, then you like wow, you can feel the stress already.
Is there an actual proper way to do it? I mean, technically
I guess there is but I mean I know there are a few like prominent vocalists that does inhaling as well. One of it is quite famous that what's his name? Phlegethon, the one he's the vocalist for
Phlegethon?
Yeah, Phlegethon. I don't know how to
That's a
pronounce
name.
Yeah, his name is the band
Megatron
Worm.
cousin Worm okay.
Phlegethon, if you're hearing this, we are so sorry.
I'm so
I
sorry.
really think that your name should have the word "the" in front.
But yeah, if I'm not wrong, he is one person that does inhaling vocals, but he does it with ease. So I guess he's probably used to it, or there's like
That's why I was quite curious. How come you all can really inhale, but at the same time it's so fucking loud? Is it because of the mic sensitivity? You all ask the soundman to bring up the sensitivity or something?
Actually, no. Actually, the thing is, right, I realized the problem is, right, between inhaling and exhaling, right, is exhaling, when you project your voice, right, it's actually loud, no? So no matter how low your microphone is, right, when you project, you still can, control your loudness and all. Inhaling, you can't. That's the problem. When you inhale, like if let's say when you do sound check and all, the microphone, they tune it for you in a way that you hear and all. But once when you start playing and the music, then with the people and all that kind of thing, right, your voice just gets drowned out. And when it gets drowned out, then you keep forcing yourself, right? That's where you keep hurting your chest and a lot of problems with your vocal.
Yeah, correct. That's why when it comes to the monitors on stage, is really, really important.
Yeah,
it's important, but what I meant is like you have to hear yourself on stage. Because certain people do not understand, why this band so fussy, need to do this, need to do that. But actually, it is for the band, band, so they can hear what they play and not fuck up. And also, especially the vocalists, you need to hear yourself. If you don't hear yourself, it's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, true.
Because you exert amount of extra efforts just to hear yourself, which is not good lah in the end. Especially when you're on tour. Next day you have a show, you cannot force out every single time, right?
True.
Yeah, that's important when it comes to sound checking and all that.
Yeah. But
I wanted to ask you all, like, because you all mentioned about touring overseas and like random weather conditions, right? So
condition.
so is phlegm a problem you guys face, like when you are having like very cold weather, all that? Is phlegm an enemy for most vocalists?
Not really phlegm, it's sore throat.
Yeah,
sore throat.
Phlegm is barely the case. If you got more phlegm, then I think it's better for if you want to go guttural or what, you will help lah. But when you have dry throat, like really,
that's where
usually cold weathers lah.
Yeah, cold weathers.
Cold weathers are the toughest when it comes to this kind of thing, and so it really depends. Like sometimes nowadays weather forecast also damn weird.
Hey, nowadays rabak lah sia. I was working, then after that suddenly rain, suddenly fucking hot, suddenly rain, then after that, fever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Wow.
been a random few months. The weather has been like I don't know what's up. It's it's making people having viral infections. Like Fiaz is still recovering from his throat issues. So
But last week was rough, yeah, for me. Wednesday throat itchy, then Thursday fever, then Friday flu. Yeah, like wow.
then your voice for no reason got instant bass.
Yes, yeah. Like, it's like what the fuck?
set to default. Like, hey, this one recovering. Okay.
Okay, you guys should know. Fiaz is from a band called Asylum, which is
Yes, sir.
we are all Singaporeans, so we are
Yes.
basically from Singapore. So Asylum is from Singapore. Then
He from
Actually,
Joo
not
Chiat.
exactly. Yeah.
One-
My drummer from Indonesia, so
yeah, you step in Paiti,
Yes,
Impaiti
Fiaz.
ada, Impaiti
Impaiti is a Singapore band, tapi band members all I don't know from where. Mexico. Is it Mexico? Now I lost touch already. I don't know where.
I
Nah.
all over the place lah, I guess.
Fiaz, your next band member from maybe Timbuktu or what? Like
No,
Madagascar.
Impaiti 2 members are from Singapore. The drummer is from somewhere in Europe or Australia. I can't remember.
Oh, so 2 against 1, they are Singaporean band.
Yeah, like same 2 against 1
Same like you lah.
Madagascar kan? Yeah.
Hey, but if you think about it, you know what? Actually, having a band member that is overseas, it's really not easy to handle.
Tell me about it, yeah, bro. What happened to code error?
Oh yeah, that's true. Because the whole unless you have a system to in a way to work and all that kind of thing.
Cannot.
I tell you, it's not difficult, yeah. Like because now for us is if let's say example we want to jam, we already got his Elvin's drum track. Then we just go into the studio, plug into AV, then we play according to his drums. Then if let's say we want to do new song, Nizam will do the guitar and he use easy drummer like a MIDI drummer to do like a rough sketch of how it should sound. Then he will send to me. Then I record my bass part at my home. Then after I send to Elvin. Then Elvin listen. Then he like okay. I roughly know what the drumming and all. Then we fly over there. Then we record.
Leceh, yeah. I feel like turning off my laptop already, listening to you.
But I mean, mad props for people who know how to use Easy Drummer because that program is not as easy as it sounds. Bloody thing, the MIDI profile lani, that one nightmares I want to do.
Yeah, that's why that time when I went to Nizam's house to see how he program the drumming, he himself said he said that unless you really know how to use, right, don't bother trying. He said if you are noob, right, forget it. It's really very hard to get into.
The looping system on that thing, so not user friendly. That's what I remember of it.
Yeah, so but I guess sometimes no choice. Like for our case, we really no choice. So
but really, if you all went through all this and produce an album, then tour together, I really salute you all because it's really more extra hard work for these kind of bands to have.
Yeah, it is.
You know, all not Singaporeans all live very far away. So you all touring and also recording album, which is I have to hats off to you guys really. Even if let's say touch wood Wormrod drummer issue again or whatever or guitar issue or vocal issue I don't think we are that I don't know how to say
patient.
That patient enough to go through all this, because the feeling is very different, bro. Really, if you
it is.
jam together and do what you did is totally different.
That's why when times when Elvin comes to Singapore, let's say for a holiday or he got his tattoo thing and all, when we finally get to jam, it's a really good feeling. It's like a reward for something that we have been doing, that kind of thing. Like, Elvin come jam, then show that kind of thing.
It's like a celebration for all the shit. Then after that, you guys finally meet and play the actual thing. I bet it feels good.
Yeah, and also the thing is, I guess the reason why we decided to take this path is because of I think the chemistry and the comfortability. Because the thing is, I mean, when bands like like they change members and all that kind of thing, and they can always like for us, we can just look around locally, find someone to play for us, that kind of thing. But if you can't gel well, then if it's the whole damn purpose. So the first moment when we played with Alvin, we were like, this one comfortable, yeah. And we didn't turn back all the way now like that.
Yeah, if you are comfortable in person, not put music aside, if you are comfortable being with that person, I think it shouldn't be a problem. It might be a problem or it might not. It depends on how the chemistry,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Talking about like overseas members, right? Have you ever okay, I not say overseas members in general, like have you ever attempt to jam by Skype or anything? I would like to know if you ever tried or not.
I've seen before, right? People do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've seen
Have you
before.
guys ever?
No,
Mana ada?
I've never.
How?
It's funny, right? I've seen some bands, because like logistic issues are like some band members like staying so far away and all that. Then for them to attempt the Skype jam, that is the weirdest thing I ever seen.
Yeah, how they? I don't know how they do it. It's.
I believe because the thing is,
How about they have syncing issues? Then how?
Because the quality on Skype is so what the fuck.
yeah, exactly.
So like I think there was a rock band that I read somewhere that they, because the members are so far away, but eventually they had to shift their locations into one state, then they can meet up easier. Because initially when they started out, like they used the Skype jam or that, I was like, how?
Yes, I don't know how.
But the thing is, if let's say like if you're within US, like how should I say, or like within Europe and all, I think it won't be much of an issue for you to like jam, that kind of thing. But if let's say like example, like you got some members in Asia, some members in US, some members in Europe, then I think that one a bit leceh, a bit difficult to handle. Because I've known some bands that they actually got like a not exactly a garage, like a storage space, like smack in the middle of where they are all located around.
Speaking of garages, because Eric Records ever approach us and say, they give a timeline like you should do this album between this date or this year or whatever, blah blah. This was back then lah. Then after that we explained to them it's really not that easy to be together, and I mean we have to jam, we have to pay for the jamming session, studio and all that. But somehow they do not really understand that kind of culture because they have their own they have their own space, they have their own instruments, they have their own complete setup to jam whatever and all that. And that's why we told them we can only make an album whenever we are free and everyone is free. And also we have to book jamming, sometimes book already, then after that last minute cancel. It's either last minute cancel macam Aboy, suddenly got whatever issue. Alamak, today got jamming. Then we have to book another day. Then after that, sometimes it's not only the studio, us also sometimes got problem. Then we have to postpone and all that. Then after that, it's not that easy. I don't know how this overseas band can make album so fast. Like,
I think like you say, they have the space to do it. They have the
time.
Time to do it.
How are we finding the time here? It's totally
it's
different.
difficult. I mean, let's just talk about rehearsal space only. Nowadays, rehearsal space is getting lesser and lesser and more expensive. And last time rehearsal space you can pay like what, $12, $10 1 hour. Now rehearsal space all 20 plus already.
25, 27 per hour, yeah.
That's the rate now. I haven't been jamming for a while. Well, that's fucking expensive, sir.
Expensive.
Exactly.
Crazy.
$27. That one sounds like 2 hours worth, sir.
No, but it's actually only 1 hour.
Oh my
I think
god.
we paid like 40 plus, or was it 50 something for 2 hours? I can't recall but yeah lah. It's
getting more expensive.
Yeah lah.
Oh wow, I did not know that. Sounds like inflation prices, sir.
But the thing is, it's because who was I talking to the other time? This studio called Leaf Paralog, the one at Little India.
What Paralog?
Leaf Paralog.
Oh, I never heard that before.
The one Fit used to jam there with like Tiong and all lah.
Paralog.
Down there, the rent I think it's 25 or 26 per hour. But I think I spoke to someone before. They say that because the rent for the space is already so expensive, so they have to jack up the price. I'm like, yeah, totally makes sense.
It makes sense, but sialah.
We are affected, us.
We try to be understanding of the situation with the economy and all that, but at the same time, fucks, yeah.
And that's why the thing is, I believe Arif also got, one also probably experienced, like when you go play an overseas show and when they ask you like, oh, you got your own rehearsal space, that kind of thing. To them, it's like, oh, you have to pay for it. It's like, pay for it. Like I met this guy when we played at Viper Room. And
okay. That's your favorite place, right, bro? Viper Room.
I like the place, but I fucking hate the stairs.
When you
load out of equipment, might as well you just die.
I've seen so many of your pictures, both of your bands. Then whenever I see the staircase, okay, I know which venue it is. It's so infamous for the staircase. I was like, okay.
No, don't get me wrong. No, the place is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Very chill, very relaxing, very cool. The show was great. But the carrying of the equipment when you're touring, you tired as fuck already, you penat already, then after that you have to go downstairs with a bass cabinet.
It's okay. The staircase, we put it, you guys can put it as like the rite of passage. Like at the end of the steps, I'm here. Thank you.
That one is okay. It's okay. Once we perform finish already, then after that we more tired, right? Then we have to bring up the fucking equipment. What?
If you ever have like more budget, right, you get like all those super sturdy cases to bring everything. Just slide down.
Bro.
I wish I can do that. I wish.
The hard case very sturdy already. It's just that we don't have heart.
Yeah.
Almost.
But yeah, I met one guy there. Then he was telling me about, how do you guys, because he found out that drummer not from Singapore. So, how do you guys rehearse and all? Then we say, I told him what happened. He's like, you all have to pay for rehearsal space. That's strange to me. Then I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like, because for him, he has his own garage at his grandma's place or something. I can't remember.
Grandma's place?
Yeah, so his grandma's place got garage, then his band was there.
Rumah nenek jom.
So he talked like as though that's his place. What is his grandma's place?
Macam gini kan, bila kita can like, jom jam dekat rumah nenek aku lah. Will never,
Yeah.
So I asked my grandma that I think I'll get the fuck out of the house. I'm like, hey, you just get out.
Fuck you.
I already play bass at home already when I like on weekends to record and all already. People want to say I make noise and all. Lah. Grandma space. Power or what?
Okay, speaking of self rehearsal like self training like that. I know guitarist, drummer and also bassists like you guys can practice at home and all that. Can you imagine how does a vocalist practice at home?
That is the problem I'm facing now.
Cannot, right? I mean, exhale, inhale. I'm sure you can lah. Like once in a while, at home, you won't bother anybody. But if you are a vocalist that doing exhale of lows and highs, how the fuck you are going to practice? Yeah, at home, the only time you can practice is when you are together with the band.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes being vocalist is kind of a risky thing.
You cannot like go randomly like spend $40 go and practice on your own at the jamming space. You don't have
Which
the
is
time and the
fucking
money.
weird.
Which is ridiculous. You pay $40 just to do that. You one person inside. It's like,
some more the door got a hole. Then people can see you. Then
then people go jamming. Ni apa band? Then you say, oh no, I'm a one chord violence.
You okay or not?
I still remember last time when I started knowing how to do vocals. I think when I was in army. So I was sitting at my table doing something. Then I keep doing it. People thought I was mad. I was like,
possessed.
So that's come to the point what Arif say. Like vocalists, how to practice.
Exactly. How? If anyone know how to, anyone have suggestion how to practice exhale vocals at home without bothering anyone, can you tell me?
The practicing while you're taking a shower does not count. So.
No, it'll be worse, because the shower, our toilets is all very close to other people's toilets. So I think the echo will make it worse.
And usually when you shower, you don't really sing extreme music. You kind of sing other kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
You want to relax, balik rumah, after work, relax, sing soothing song. Then you go and sing this kind of shouting.
Then there'll be a moment where the family member like, insaf tolong insaf.
Keluar toilet muka merah macam mana? You supposed to be relaxed, what? Muka stress.
Yeah. But I mean, if you put it in that retrospect, I think it's quite difficult lah. Like I mean, instrument wise, you can still adjust volume. For vocals, you can't adjust volume. That's a bit difficult lah.
That's
For
true.
vocal, you can adjust volume but it will be super awkward lah. Like even you are alone you will feel awkward with yourself. It's like
like you try guttural whisper.
like what?
Whisper vocals.
Guttural whisper.
Talking about whisper vocals, do you notice not that like there are some I can't remember what bands now exactly in the off of my head but there are some bands before, like local bands that used to do whisper vocals. Then like the music heavy is like then they'll be like like what is going on here?
The guy what, shy
No, it's like
macam atmospheric like sneaky
So he ASMR vocals Guys, welcome to the jungle, guys.
But never drown with the music.
No lah,
You can hear.
Probably no, when he whispered loud like
whisper loud. You tell me whisper loud.
I can only imagine the sound engineer being super pissed off, like fucking hell. Like I have to adjust my knob to the full blast.
The knob cabut already, bro. How you
imagine
whisper loud?
boy, you tell him say you want to record whisper vocals. What he tell you?
You kanina, you don't anyhow lah. Properly
Some more boy like Paikia like that. Boy Paikia, he angry see lah, this band what sell? What genre?
Whisper. Confirm.
But do you notice there are bands before that used to do whisper vocals?
Black metal or what? I can't think of a genre who does that. Sir.
Like goth, doomish metal lah.
On goth
If goth is majority is those like opera-ish, right? Like or maybe But Whisper, I don't know.
I also don't know. I
It'll be
came
quite
across one
interesting,
band before I saw. I like, what is this fella doing? Sir? Why is he talking? I like, and man,
Can hear the S only lah. Like,
yeah, like.
King, yeah.
Sabai. Whisper, I don't know. Yeah lah. I mean, Arif did say a question that makes you think like if you whisper, everybody else is gonna drown you out. So like drums, everything. Like how, Sel?
No, but the thing is, I mean, when it comes to, if let's say you're
Mixing
Sound check
something, right? You can always do like on a record, you do like you can adjust the gains and whatnot, and so that the vocals don't get drowned out. But when you play live, how's yeah?
I think can.
It's like the music is like bah, bah, then after that you're like.
Can I think the music have to become really background .
No, I think when they play live, right, they just
I know,
don't whisper, they upgrade to talking. So it's like, but on the record, it's like, but live is like,
then live confirm got one or two guys and they're like, hey, I can't hear the vocals. Yeah, that's part of the appeal. Yeah, because it's whispering. Yeah.
Defensive gila punya. What you mean?
Whisper band, I gotta check that shit out. I never heard before. So
I think if you Google, right, confirm have one whisperish type of bands.
I gotta find those, man. Whisper.
Whisper. Seriously, I never heard of Whisper bands before.
Whisper, the brand I know lah. The band I don't know.
Because Whisper.
You see, on Reddit they have a thread that they created. Any bands where vocalist primarily whispers instead of screaming.
There must be peaceful people in real life, like
How to be peaceful when your music is so angry and you are peaceful? It's like I don't know. Boleh demam saja. It's like hot and cold. But it's interesting interesting.
Never heard before, sir. Whisper band.
Hey, Wan, last time your band is what? I've 7 pound vein pula. Pegang kan?
7 pound vein.
No. Is it got to do with 7? I cannot remember.
No. 7 pound vein is another metalcore band which I have never been a part of. So far during my band days, I think I've been in 3 bands. 4 bands.
Inaddiction.
Inaddiction is the last before I stopped entirely. The first one was Jekyll Hyde. That was around 2003.
Yeah.
That one was the Pure Volume days. Remember that website?
Pure Volume, yes, correct.
So that time was during that period. I think I saw Fiaz and his band for the first time. That time we did ever share the stage on Youth Park. The Yamaha. Bands. Yeah. So.
Oh my God, that band.
Yeah. Then that time, I think Jekyll Hyde was about 6 years before we split apart. That one due to NS days. So the band like broke apart from there. Then
it's always NS,
Yeah, but it's like one of those sob stories because I was quite close to my guitarist Sean. So we kind of like because that time he was staying near my house and like a walking distance. So we met up one night. Then I said to him, hey bro, I still want to do it, but I don't think I can like do it without you. I said to him. So ended up we did the Vulgate Dogmas for a time.
Yeah, yes. that is the second band.
Yeah. Then after that there was the Shadows Embrace. We were like this metalcore band. And initially I was like
the female vocalist. What's her name? Shit.
Yeah. Then there was a female vocalist.
You were in Shadows Embrace.
Yeah, for a time. Yeah.
Okay,
initially I started out as their cameraman only, the promo guy. Because I did all their blog spots and everything, the MySpace.
From cameraman to band member.
Upgrade.
Because they had a bassist problem, because they had the most rotating bassist lineup. Because they had.
Wait. You say rotating bassist, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm literally thinking of? Bassist playing while he turning.
You shut up, bro.
Like, hey.
Cannot. You need a wireless for that, sir. That's impossible to do on a wireless. Imagine the bassist tangled up.
Mommy.
Okay, good. Then the end of the set like, hey, Bukima, this bassist all wire, what the fuck, sir?
Bassist, must bring one big lazy Susan.
IKEA for humans.
Anyway,
so the last one I stopped was anal diction. Like anal diction, I think was the most I had fun with because like
you guys were very active, right?
Because anal diction, like why I love and hate that band so much is that not hate of love is partly because the music when the album came out, it was the most grindiest, raw, very abrasive, like quite offensive to some people. I mean the song titles itself was quite offensive.
Your band name already
offensive.
That's the most like highlights. That's the band that I had the opportunity to travel furthest. So I am very appreciative of what the band has come up with But hate also is part of it. Like it is because of also that band that that gave me a sour taste out of touring life. It made me have you guys have toured so much longer than the most people that I know. So that's why I always respect the amount of work you all put into
but in a way, in all bands have confirmed there's a disagreement between one another and all that. It just boils down to how do you see it at the end of the all these disputes If you want to settle it now, don't like grudges whatsoever. That's where band kind of lose it just give up and all that. Actually you guys still can bond well and can have more tours in the future and all that, blah blah blah. But instead you all just abruptly not settling the issue fast enough. So
individually to me, I got nothing wrong against anybody who was in the band. Like we still talk there's no there's no grudges or anything. I felt that for me personally, I guess the time when we decided to change our name was kind of like the so-called the stepping stones of like why I kind of like lost interest. Like because I was told that there are some parts of the world, Indonesia to be specific, that some of the scene find the band offensive. So if we were ever to like do shows over there, we might get into trouble this and that. So in my mind, like I mean, if the band started like that with the songs like that, if we give somebody a reaction, I think we are doing our job. Like how Cannibal Corpse is like, I mean, you guys obviously know how many people Cannibal Corpse offend, right?
Of course.
So for me, that's the niche. That's the band that has like the appealing part of the band, I suppose. Why do we have
but if let's say you're saying like the Indonesian people are like as in like some of them are offended by it, like have you even seen Indonesian
black? Are you kidding me? From Indonesia, right?
Yeah. So this is what I was. During that time when we had one of our meetings, this and that. So the decision to change the name was like that was one of the reasons. To me, I was like, on my part, I didn't like argue so much about it because I wasn't the one really in control of anything. So I was like, as long the music doesn't change so much, I think I'm okay But the music did change a little bit. So I was like,
That's why you decided like, this is not your thing
Uh,
anymore.
Not really yet, no. It was only when we did like overseas shows, and then like I guess the part where we have to see each other's face for more than a few days, it started to boil up, and then suddenly you start to see other people's attitudes and all that. So it kind of like makes me wonder, is this really for me, that kind of thing.
Is it worth it or blah blah
Yeah.
to go through all this? But yeah lah, we totally understand what you are saying.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
if like I've mentioned before, having shit loads of band members in a band is very very difficult. That's why Wormrod we going to stick 3 until we die. Because 3, not to sound very cliche or what, 3 is a crowd already. Because even if we make decisions in all that, it cannot be one-sided decision. Everyone has to agree. Then we go on lah with the decision. Even though you you disagree or what, state why is it why is it not working out for me personally. Then after that, if they understand, good lah. If they don't understand, you still have to see the majority votes mah.
Exactly.
At Wormrod, there's no frontman. We work together. Rashid can be the frontman. I can be the frontman. Vijay also can be the frontman. So whatever decisions one of them make, all of us have to agree. If one of us not is really not into this idea, we are scratching the thing already.
Yeah.
So agree to disagree lah.
Exactly.
You cannot be so lopsided. Yeah, that's what I learned now from all these band. Flash These Gods have 6 fucking band members, 6 band members. Then to have a frontman to jaga all the 6 heads is nerve-wracking. Yeah, really. Yeah, because
And I think like I'm sure you all have learned this a lot as well. For me, I just want to be a little bit real here. Like some of the bands, they don't understand, and when you are doing like shows overseas, right, you cannot mix business and pleasure at the same time. If you want to go do the band thing overseas, you gotta work and work and work and work. And yeah, you want to have pleasure, do it on your own free time.
I guess the thing is what I don't know. Yeah, I guess how some bands that go overseas, I mean, the thing is when you go overseas, you play your shows and all. I mean, of course you want to have fun. You still want to, film with your friends and all that kind of thing. But when it boils down to like, the simple thing, if let's say we're talking on a touring basis, load in, play your show, load out. That phase of things, right? That one is pure discipline. You cannot fuck that shit up. Once you start taking it easy and all, then you know that the person mindset is not right.
The word here is discipline lah.
Yeah.
But it's just that when you talk about Wormrod back then when we first toured, right? It's not discipline at all lah. We fuck up so many times until we learn our lesson. So maybe if you are a new band or what, you're going on tour for the first time, of course you are excited. Of course you've never been out of Singapore to play shows. You don't know how it feels like to play in front of not your local scene. It's very very different. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but at the same time you are there on a holiday. Let's just be frank lah. You are there for holiday to see what's up with the scene, what's up with the culture and all that blah blah blah. We the first tour was really cocked, it's like we lost money, we didn't make any profits or whatsoever. We just have fun, mabuk, get drunk every fucking night until Yan also give up already. Yan also like whatever, fuck you all, blah, 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 that. So that's why we have fun, blah blah. At the same time, once we are back from tour, right, the next tour we not straight away overnight we are pro already. We're still learning the do's and don'ts along the way. That's why if you are a new band, I understand you want to enjoy, you are excited, you like very upbeat about situations, don't know anything and all that. Very how to say like you cannot wait to share your music and at the same time enjoy yourself after the show, that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So one situation, I think that is almost what we went through last time. The only difference is that I guess nobody had the same mentality to resolve an issue very quickly. Hence why the different genre lah, suddenly new thing, then blah 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 keep pouring out and all that. Then one seems, I don't know, overwhelmed or
Yeah, overwhelm is not wrong actually.
And also, like when it comes to this kind of thing, one, I think the number one priority for all the band members is to throw your ego out the window. If once you got ego in this discussion and all that kind of thing to resolve your situation, right, then it won't go anywhere. That's for sure. Because I experienced that with Asylum before, with the previous vocalist, the first one. Always ego. In the end, gave up. Then after that, wants to come back. You know, that kind of thing. So ego.
Or is it maybe, I don't know. Is it age? Is age concern? Because last time when we are young, we are so angsty. I don't know about now.
Actually, that is true, no? Because you think about it, let's say for Wormrod, your first tour was when? I still can't remember.
2007 or 2008, I cannot remember.
2007, 2008. At that point of time, how old?
I can't remember, yeah.
It should be about...
You do the math.
25. Yeah. So you look at it. The first time you toured when you were 25, like you said, you had drunk moments and all, Jan was stressed and all. Okay, now you fast forward to us. Our first European tour was last year. And we didn't go through the whole drunk and that kind of thing, no. We were more like, go to the show, play the show, pack up, go back hotel, rest, next day, continue. You know, that kind of thing. So age plays a very important part, I guess. Because for us, we feel like, we don't have the strength to go out there and that's like, fucking party and crazy. It's like, we just want to play the show, have a good show, go back, rest, next day on the...
That's why. 9 p.m. I sleepy already, bro.
Say, bro. People after the show all going outside, drinking and all that kind of thing. You see all of us packing, want to go back hotel already. We like, fuck this, we are too tired for this shit.
Anyway, talking about drinking, right? So, like, what are your guys' views on like drinking before a set? Are you guys total disapproval on that? Because to me, I disapprove it a lot.
That one is honestly entirely based on I feel like I mean, if you look at like other like foreign bands for the show, they will drink 1 bottle, 2 bottle, but they still put on a good show and that's it. But sometimes some people tend to abuse it. That's another problem.
It depends. If you want to drink, I mean, don't drink like until piss drunk, then go up on stage, make a fool of yourself. I'm talking like this because it's from experience. But also, I'm not talking about myself also. Like last time I remember Homerod has a show. Then I was drunk and Fit was sober as fuck. He wasn't drinking at that point of time. And also Rashid was pissed drunk. So I think it was at Black Hole or Cross Space. Black Hole. So I was drunk. We are playing our songs on stage. Then after that, I can see Fit face like Chibai already. Like, wow, I think Rashid gonna fuck it up. And surprisingly, he was right. Macam I was like, I don't know what Rashid is playing. At the same time, I was drunk. So why not just bulldoze Rashid off the stage? Which and he is still playing. I don't know what is he playing, while he was being bulldozed and on the floor like that. So
I was there. So
you remember, right, bro? That show.
Rashid fell off the stage with his guitar. He's still laughing to himself and trying to play.
I don't know
While
what he's playing.
Yeah,
The feet down there, like I know what he's in his mind already. Like these two Malay cibai metal. Stop it. Then after the show, me and Rashid realized we fuck it up big time, and Yan also like, wow, you know Yan,
Yeah.
So we talk it out after the show and all that. We apologize like crazy to Feed, then everything is, I guess it's fine,
Yeah, that's true. So
so better don't drink lah. You want to drink but piss down until cannot stand up, then
drinking just to let loose, maybe like a can or two is fine, but some, I guess, like drink until to the point, because when you are totally drunk, it's either you don't realize what you're doing or your motor skills like cannot, like you want to do things and your fingers don't want to cooperate. Like some, I know, they before a set they drink is because they just want to like be within the crowd lah, like, you know, it's cool to drink, you know, I mean, like in a rock band, that kind of thing.
Yeah lah, okay.
And then when you perform, you are total shit. like they don't even realize they're out of tune. Like the drummer plays something, and then the other band members don't know play what.
Yeah lah, don't care lah. Like
So
do your thing lah.
Unless you extreme case like Womrod, like kena bulldoze off the stage, that one.
That one also is my fault also lah. It's a drunk impromptu thing. It's like it's like, how to say, there's no filter.
Yeah.
I know Rashid is playing wrongly. I should have just tapped his shoulder or what. Hey, you fuck up. But no. Here you go.
But honestly speaking, like, even if you tap him on the shoulder with his condition like that, would
I don't think he give a shit also.
Yeah, he probably like still laugh at you.
That's probably the
Imagine
reason
he
why
off stage. Imagine he off stage on the floor with his guitar. He's still laughing to himself. His eyes half closed. Yeah, this fella.
Yes.
So
Hey, by the way, the thing is, like,
sorry. If you're listening to this, paiseh, but I really meant it. Fuck you.
So funny.
Oh, by the way, the thing is, right, a lot of people know Arif as Womrod, but a lot of people don't know how many bands he's been into. So how many bands you been into, bro, before this?
3 2 3
3.
No lah bro, 4
is Flesh is Gorge. Then
Nympholepsy.
Oh shit. Then
But Nympholepsy, I said,
How long was it?
I like that one was 2004 2003 Nympholepsy. That time I still Nafa. Nafa bro. Me and Grab Rider cibai.
Padahal Arif got cert in interior design.
For those who don't know, Arif is a very intelligent person. You don't.
Lanchiao.
He's a
I
boss.
waste my mom's money only. Kesian my mom. Yeah lah, but okay.
So wait. Flesh Disgorge, Nympholepsy, then
Projectile Disembowelment.
yes. Oh yes.
You king.
Projectile Disembowelment. That's
one man band that
it's
now,
like
even if you want to find the CD, you can't find it at all.
I don't even have the CD anymore. That is like Anil Diction's younger brother. Projectile Disembowelment. My older brother Anil Diction, that kind of thing. It's really a one-man band thing. It's so fucking stupid. Really. But I would love to hear it now, but I cannot find.
Yeah, I can't find it anymore already. Don't know what happened to it.
Did that recording was what, in some wave format or something? Like how was it recorded, sir? The audio.
I standard until now I still use Cool Edit Pro. It's cool, bro.
Hey, wait, no, not 4, 5.
I only
Betul?
use 3. Buto, yeah. Yeah. I totally forgot about Buto. Yeah. Buto is really Buto because
Is
recording, recording, not all Buto, it's Womrod. All the rest of the band member not free, Right?
Yes, yeah.
Is it Amanda's favorite band?
Oh yeah.
Kepala Butuh.
Kepala butuh.
She started
Ayo.
new words,
Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah lah, how many? 4, 5.
Five, yeah.
but all fail,
Except Womrod lah.
Yeah lah. Womrod also sometimes fail. So with all this stupid history, that one we talk about different episode. We talk about next time.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, to me, for a good time, Flash Disgorge was like really one of the bands that whenever you guys got a show, right, I would try my best to like be there to watch you guys. So like,
that's the thing about last time, right? It's very different last time. When you remember the Planet Paradigm, always lit last year. Always
You and your
fucking
Cannibal
lit,
Corpse t-shirt and long hair, I will never forget.
No, really, but that era and before that is so, I don't know, the unity, like you make a show, then every single one of them just have fun,
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's like, fuck man, groups and groups and groups. I don't friend you, you don't friend me. I like,
It's ridiculous
I don't know,
nowadays.
really
first
That's
time
why
I
you see,
saw,
no. That's why the thing is that you see nowadays, right? That everybody got their own clique going on, not right? And you see like people like, I guess like us, it's just like, don't care lah, just do our own thing, chill out, meet, say hello.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We unconsciously becoming a group also,
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
can you just like fucking talk to everybody,
Yeah.
have fun. You going to a show,
True.
but we unconsciously also become a group because it's like, I don't know, we are the group of talk to everybody, that kind of group, and there's a group that don't talk to anybody, that kind of thing. It's like, stop it,
I suppose
guess-
the main element of that being as such, right? I think is because like last time there was like a lot of like a band and listener kind of connection on like. Nowadays is like more like, oh, okay, you stay in this like so-called clique and then you're here forever, and then there's like, because there's these ego boundaries like where last time there's a less of that so everybody knows each other, everybody talks to everybody else, and now you can't really approach to the person like, who are you, like don't mix in my group, that kind of thing. So
and also I guess, I don't know, and like even nowadays also, like because I myself, really hard to find time to go to shows. I mean,
correct.
Like when I go down to shows, it's so many clique of people. But you always look for those who are like the older one that you're always hanging with. Like, I mean, like when I go to show, the first person I will see, of course, is Ame. Ame is everywhere.
Not you anymore. You always everywhere.
I know more already, bro. Work life over.
Ame is a warrior, show warrior. He's like everywhere.
He fucking warrior lah. Even tour also. Very warrior.
Really, he really hardworking.
But if you are, let's say, what I noticed is that whoever went so apeshit over last time era, grow up already, have family and all that, and they disappear. You notice that or not?
Yeah.
Happens a lot actually.
Yeah, they are not keeping up with, like not consistent like last time and all that. Sometimes appear, sometimes don't appear and all that. Which I understand. You have a family, you have priorities already, So, but at that point of time, if you're talking about that era, I'm sure there's already people have kids and all that, but they are still come to the show. But if you want to compare to it now, it's like different wave, of new faces that is not really gung ho like the older people that went through together, in a show. So that's why I see that the newer, once we perform on stage, we see new faces, which we are so appreciative. At least new people still come in and see what's up with the scene and all that. But I don't see the same old faces I used to see back in 2002 or 2000.
The older faces.
Which is sad lah. Sometimes I miss old friends, but I don't see them anymore.
That's just the harsh reality when life takes over and all that. Because honestly, even for myself also, I wish I could go every show that I can go to, but life really takes over us, that's why you always if you see, okay, you got off day, okay, got this show, okay, go, that kind of thing. And even if on your off day also, because you're most of the time working, you want to spend time with your family also. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's tough lah. I totally understand that. But
really...
especially when you are married, hint. When you have your own house, and you have to buy your own fucking groceries, pay the bills and whatever. You have a baby, you have a son, then you try to juggle that with your music and also blah blah. Is I'm not trying to scare one but it's tough lah. It's how you try to juggle everything. Not really equally, but pandai-pandai lah.
Yeah.